Hi everyone, welcome back to the Frugal Watchbox channel. Today, we're diving into my 2-year experience with one of Casio's most underrated budget gems, the Casio MTP-VD03D 7AUDF. Yeah, that model name sounds like a Wi-Fi password, but trust me, the watch is much easier to deal with. Picked this one up exactly 2 years ago for just 25 bucks, cheaper than dinner at Applebee's, and it's still ticking like a champ. What drew me in? First off, that clean, classic design. It's rocking a white dial with silver-toned checkered texture, and a simple date display at 3 o'clock, which is super handy for people like me who forget what day it is almost every day. This is a no-nonsense analog timepiece, just your basic hour, minute, and second hands. No Bluetooth, no solar power, no world time, just good old reliable quartz. And you know what? Sometimes simple is exactly what you need. If you're into affordable men's watches, classic analog designs, or just want a solid daily beater under $30, stick around. This one might just surprise you.
Case dimensions.
All right, time to get into the numbers for all you watch nerds and spec sheet warriors out there. Here's what you're working with on the Casio MTP-VD03D 7AUDF, and spoiler alert, it hits that sweet spot for everyday wear. First up, the case diameter is 41 millimeters. That means it's not too big, not too small, basically the Goldilocks zone of men's watches. It wears well on most wrists, whether you're team slim wrist or got some solid real estate to work with. The lug-to-lug distance is 48 millimeters, which gives the watch a nice wrist present without making you feel like you're wearing a dinner plate. It's sleek, it's balanced. It's like the Honda Civic of watch sizes. Dependable, practical, and low maintenance. Thickness? Just 9.6 millimeters. That means it slides under a dress shirt cuff with zero resistance. You won't have to wrestle your sleeves every time you check the time during that boring Zoom meeting. And here's the good stuff for the customizers out there. The lug width is 22 millimeters, which opens up a ton of aftermarket strap options. Leather, NATO, stainless steel mesh, you name it. You can easily dress it up or down. Want to make it look like a $100 watch on a $25 budget? Just swap the strap. Now, as for weight, it clocks in at around 106 grams. It's got a reassuring heft. Feels like you're wearing something solid, not a plastic toy from a cereal box. But it's not so heavy that your wrist feels like it's training for arm day. So if you're looking for an affordable everyday watch with solid dimensions, or just want a budget-friendly timepiece that offers classic styling and reliable performance, the Casio MTP-VD03 is a great choice.
Wrist shot. How it wears on the wrist.
All right, let's talk wrist presence, because let's face it, no matter how many specs we list, it all comes down to how it actually looks on your wrist. Now, I'll be honest with you, this watch has a 41 millimeters case, and on my modest 6.5-inch wrist, it does look slightly big. Not comically oversized, but let's just say it's not exactly hugging my wrist like a custom-fit leather glove. But here's the thing, it's totally wearable. The lugs don't overhang like they're trying to escape, and it still sits comfortably without feeling like a mini wall clock strapped to my arm. In fact, it kind of gives off that confident minimalist look. Like, yeah, my wrist's not huge, but this watch still works. And honestly, if you like the look, just buy it. Life's too short to obsess over a few millimeters. Whether your wrist is slim, average, or built like a tree trunk, style is all about confidence. And this Casio brings plenty of that to the table without torching your wallet. It's one of the best budget watches for small to medium wrists, and it wears even better when you throw it on a nice leather strap or mesh band. Whether you're going for business casual or budget James Bond, you can absolutely pull it off.
One-year watch check. How's it holding up?
So, how's the Casio MTP-VD03D holding up after 2 years? Well, I'll be straight with you. I didn't wear this watch daily. It's more of a rotation piece in my humble collection. Think of it like that favorite hoodie you break out on casual Fridays. It's got its own wrist time and never complains when it's benched for a while. Let's start with the crystal. It's a mineral crystal, which is code for tough but not invincible. After 2 years of occasional wear, I've got a few light scratches. Nothing dramatic, just little battle scars from brushing up against door frames and countertops. You know, life stuff. The bezel and case are made of chrome-plated alloy or brass. So yeah, they're not built like a tank, but for $25, they've held up surprisingly well. A few minor scuffs and scratches, sure, but no ugly dings or flaking. Just adds a bit of character, right? Flip it over and the case back is also showing some love marks, minor scratches, but the engraved details are still crisp. The outer ring clearly shows the model number, module number, water resistance, and that it has a stainless steel back. On the inner part, you've still got that Casio logo and WR stamp, both fully readable. That's a win in my book. The medium-sized crown has no crown guards, so it's fully exposed, but that actually makes it super easy to use. Still works like a charm for setting the date and time, and no signs of it getting stuck or wobbly. Functional, simple, and very Casio. Now for the bracelet. This is where you're reminded this is a sub $30 watch. The stainless steel bracelet has picked up some light scratches, which is totally expected. But here's the kicker. It's a little rattly, not exactly Rolex solid. It's like a maraca on a caffeine rush. But hey, that's part of the charm of a budget stainless steel watch. You get the look without the low. The clasp has a bold Casio logo stamped on it. And the 22mm lug width means you can easily swap out the bracelet for something comfier. Leather, NATO, rubber, you've got plenty of aftermarket strap options to upgrade the feel without breaking the bank. So yeah, it's a little noisy. It shows some wear, and it's not going to fool anyone into thinking you spent $200. But for $25, honestly, it's performing like a champ. You get a durable, stylish, everyday watch that still looks good and works great after a year. That's a solid return on investment in the world of affordable men's watches.
Case, bezel, and dial check. Let's get up close and personal.
All right, folks, now we get into the fun part. Let's break down the looks and build quality of the Casio MTP-VD03D. Because if you're anything like me, sometimes you buy a watch based purely on how good it looks in the morning light while you're brushing your teeth. 1. Dial and texture. Right off the bat, this dial isn't plain vanilla. Nope, it comes with a checkered grid-like texture that really catches the light. It's subtle enough to stay classy, but adds enough depth to make it look more premium than its $25 price tag suggests. If Casio was trying to fake a Swiss vibe on a fast food budget, they nailed it. The color? A crisp silver or light metallic backdrop that pairs beautifully with the stainless steel case and bracelet. Clean, reflective, and surprisingly high-end looking for a budget analog watch. 2. Markers and hands. Around the dial, you'll notice a number ring that runs from 05 to 60. Great if you're timing a pizza in the oven or pretending you're at mission control. Our markers are bold, raised metallic batons. These aren't your cheap printed indices. They're applied, giving the dial that rich layered look. The minute markers form a full outer track, printed in black with bolder markings every 5 minutes, perfect for quick glances when you're late to Zoom meetings. Now, let's talk about the hands. Hour and minutes hands are baton style with a polished metallic finish, sleek, sharp, and sharp dress. The seconds hand is thin, silver, and perfectly complements the set. No color contrast here, but the vibe stays consistent. 3. Date window. The date display is at the usual 3 o'clock spot, just where your brain expects it. There's a black border around the date window, which not only boosts visibility, but also gives the dial a sense of symmetry and finish. It's a small touch that goes a long way in making the watch feel more complete. 4. Branding and dial text. The Casio logo is printed at the 12 o'clock position. Clean, no chrome flashiness, just good old printed branding. At 6 o'clock, you'll find the water-resist text. Again, keeping the dial symmetrical and uncluttered. It's refreshing to see a watch that doesn't feel like a NASCAR hood with 20 logos on it. There's also a Japan movement imprint positioned next to the 6 o'clock marker. 5. Case and bracelet. The case finish is brushed steel with polished bevels around the bezel. This gives it a dual finish style, kind of like having a suit jacket with sneakers. It's sporty but still cleans up nicely for date night or a wedding reception. The crown is a standard push-pull type, easy to operate, positioned traditionally at 3 o'clock. No crown guards here, so it's fully accessible. Great for setting the time in a hurry. The bracelet is stainless steel with a brushed finish to match the case. The links are a bit on the lighter side, but they integrate well and don't look awkward on the wrist. 6. Overall design aesthetic. This watch is a blend of casual and dressy. You could wear it to the office, out to dinner, or just while binge watching Netflix with a frozen burrito. It has that refined, versatile energy that makes it a great choice as a daily driver for guys who want something stylish without maxing out their credit cards. If you're looking for a watch that gives you refined details, symmetry, a textured dial, and clean design, all under $30, you'll be hard-pressed to find something better than this affordable Casio dress watch.
Lume check.
6. Lume check. Alright, lume lovers, gather round. The lume on this watch gives off a greenish glow that screams, "I tried." It's not the torch-like brightness you get from high-end Swiss watches or professional dive watches. But hey, it still gets the job done in pitch darkness. Here's the catch. The lume is only on the hour and minutes hands. Yep, no lume on the indices or the seconds hand. So if you were hoping for a mini light show on your wrist at 2 a.m., you might be mildly disappointed. But if you just need to know the time while fumbling around in the dark, like trying not to wake your partner while checking how long you've been doom scrolling, it works just fine. In terms of nighttime legibility, it's basic but functional. Think more budget travel flashlight and less lightsaber. For a timepiece at this price point, it's hard to complain too much. After all, it's not marketed as a full-blown diver or a tactical watch. It's an affordable quartz watch with just enough glow to make sure you don't mistake 6 for 9 in the dark. So yes, lume is present. It's green, and while it won't blind your enemies, it'll still help you check the time when the power's out.
Water resistance test.
Let's talk about one of the most important tests for any everyday watch. Can it survive the real world? You know, like getting caught in the rain, washing your hands, or, if you're like me, accidentally doing the dishes with your watch still on because life comes at you fast. Casio says this model is water resistant. No fancy 100-meter depth rating here, but enough to handle some light splashing and daily activities. Translation? Don't take it scuba diving, but you won't need to baby it every time you're near a sink. After 2 years of occasional wrist time, it was time to test whether this budget water-resistant watch could still take the heat, or the splash, really. Step 1. Ran it under regular tap water for 30 seconds. That's the shower, hand washing, and angry spaghetti boil scenario. Step 2. Submerged it in a sink full of water for a few minutes. Think of it as a whoops, I dropped it in the sink simulation. The result? Passed with flying colors. No fogging, no weird condensation, no internal panic attack. Just a clean, dry dial and fully operational timekeeping. Splash-proof bargain. For a $25 analog dress watch, this is pretty impressive. You're getting an affordable watch that's water-resistant enough for daily life. Whether you're caught in the rain or just washing the car with it on, the MTP-VD03D 7 AUDF handles it like a champ. So yeah, not bad at all for the price. Casio may not have slapped a 100 meters water resistance badge on it, but it holds its own in real-life, everyday water encounters.
Final verdict. Is the Casio MTP-VD03D7 AUDF worth it after 2 years?
Alright, let's wrap this up. After 2 full years of occasional wrist time, the MTP-VD03D 7 AUDF still holds its ground as one of the best budget analog watches under $30. This thing punches well above its weight, and we're not just talking grams here. What still shines? Design. That silver checkered dial still catches the light like it's trying out for a watch commercial. It looks way more expensive than its $25 price tag. This is budget dress watch energy at its finest. Comfort and size. Even though the 41mm case is pushing it on my modest 6.5-inch wrist, it doesn't look cartoonish. It's large, yes, but still wearable and confidence boosting. And let's be honest, most people won't notice anything unless you're trying to wear a dive watch the size of a hockey puck. Dial and legibility. The markers, hands, and that classy 3 o'clock date window are still crisp and clean. Plus, the lume on the hands, while minimal, is enough to catch the time in the dark if you squint a bit and believe in yourself. What's not perfect, but understandable at this price. Bracelet. It rattles more than your aunt's cutlery drawer. And yes, it feels a little cheap. But hey, it's easily swappable thanks to the 22mm lug width. Throw on a NATO strap, a leather band, or a stainless steel upgrade and you've got a whole new look. Scratches. Minor scratches on the mineral crystal and chrome-plated case are visible. But again, it's a daily quartz watch, not a safe queen. Crown and case back, still fully functional, though the crown is unprotected. So treat it with care, like your favorite $25 meal deal. Water resistance, still holding strong. It survived the tap and sink water test like a champ. You won't want to go snorkeling with it, but for everyday life, hand washing, surprise rainstorms, or dramatic movie-style tear wipes, it holds up. Final thoughts? Should you buy it? If you're in the market for an affordable quartz dress watch with a bit of personality, reliable timekeeping, and that timeless Casio build quality, the MTP-VD03D7 AUDF is a solid pick. It's the kind of watch you wear without worrying. No fear of dinging it up, no heart attack if it gets wet, and yet it still manages to look sharp on the wrist. This watch is perfect for 1. Students. 2. Office workers. 3. Minimalists. 4. Anyone trying to look classy on a tight budget.
Time to wrap it up. And that's a wrap on this budget-friendly timepiece review. If you made it this far, you're officially a watch nerd. Welcome to the club. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this review helpful, entertaining, or at least mildly better than your average Tuesday afternoon meeting, do me a solid. Like the video, subscribe if you love affordable watches, honest reviews, and the occasional dad joke. Share this with a fellow watch enthusiast, and drop a comment below. What do you think of the Casio MTP-VD03D? Would you rock it? If you'd like to help this small channel keep ticking, you can buy me a coffee, link below. Or use the Amazon link in the description when you pick up your next watch. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but helps the channel grow. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, and don't forget to wear what makes you happy.